Hi Scorpio, welcome to your 2017 forecast for the year ahead. So most of this year will feel like you're building up to a crescendo. This is because in October, Jupiter launches its godly presence into your sign with all the divine promises that entails. Until that glorious moment, you're going to have to live rather frugally as Saturn is still penny pinching in your cash house. Jupiter's happy landing, however, gives you a great deal to look forward to. There are other tasty nuggets along the yellow brick road too. Some of the eclipses do a really good job of slapping your confidence into shape and pushing you to be quite cheeky in your career demands. It's about time you actually boldly asked for a raise or put yourself in line for promotion. Ask and ye shall receive. You might have to wait until the last quarter of the year, but you need to start nagging from the beginning. There are some steamy episodes afoot too when Venus retrograde attempts to allure you into her boudoir of sin. If you are already in a relationship though, you could well be tempted to play away from home. The best way to deal with this is to lock yourself in a monastery. Yes, really. One thing you'll be very good at this year is channeling all that sexual frustration into your third eye. Make sure you are well grounded and plant your feet in the mud as much as you can when you feel the beastly snake uncoiling. If you are single, you could hook up with someone who really gets your kundalini tingling. But do take care you're not so blinded by their sexual magnificence that you abandon all your senses and scruples. This could be another way that cash could be vamped off you. Sorry, Scorpio, to say the obvious, but in 2017, don't think with your pants. So on to Jupiter and Saturn's influence in 2017. So Jupiter's in Libra and it's there from January the 1st till October the 11th. Mystical contemplation is on the menu, yet Jupiter in your house of self-undoing is thankfully quite low-key. The best use of this energy is to just be and see where the tide takes you. It's not a very proactive position for Jupiter, but let's face it, even Zeus needs a rest sometimes. So, if other transits are driving you crazy, be rest assured that this one will not. What Jupiter will give you is a sanctuary where you can lick your wounds from other events in the year. If you are the sort of person that needs to do something with this nebula fog of a transit, then perhaps go on a retreat to somewhere where you can do nothing. This period will be the ultimate in navel gazing. So, going to an Indian ashram or a Buddhist silent retreat would be perfect. Obviously, you can't do that for a whole year unless you're mad, but at least you can build a little altar or chill-out zone in your home where you go for some quiet time on and off during 2017. Saturn in Sagittarius is in your second house of cash, and most people do worry about it being there because nobody wants to feel financially insecure. But it really doesn't mean, however, that you're sure to suffer hardship and poverty. Of course, there is always that base level of experience, but that is usually because Saturn is setting a lesson for you to find out what is truly valuable in your life. It can even be that earnings actually increase because you have seriously spent time working on your self-worth issues. Setting boundaries with people who drain you can really impact your bank balance, even if they are not physically borrowing money per se. The earlier part of the transit can be the most difficult as Saturn throws in some cash loss tests just to see how well you can handle it. Finally, you get to the point that you no longer care about the bad investments, the theft or the money you lent. Then something amazing happens. Ironically, it is at this non-caring point that material security subtly starts to rebuild itself right under your feet. You may not realize this until after the transit has passed, but the rock is there and it will carry you forward for the next 29 years. The best course of action at this time is to get an accountant or organise your money in such a way that you don't have to worry about it so much. You could even take a low interest loan out just to tide you over, but whatever you do, don't let things slip. This is a time to take stock of your possessions and protect them. You also might want to do a great clear out and sell off old stock or belongings. Selling anything very large like a house might not be the best choice at this time, but clearing out old clothes or furniture on eBay is fine. Even making minimum profit tells the universe that you want to create room for further growth further down the line. Sorting out your possessions will show you what memories and gifts you still treasure and what you really don't. Saturn is great for weeding out junk. Keeping large amounts of items that have no use or sentimental value just attracts spiders and dead energy. By giving to charity or selling stuff on, you move the energy for others to enjoy. If you suffer from low self-esteem, then this transit is invaluable in terms of looking within and getting some support from older, wiser mentors. These folk can help guide you towards people and pastimes that make you feel good about yourself, rather than feeling unworthy. So just a sampler, more detailed version of the year ahead from January to March. Lilith in Scorpio from January the 1st till February the 11th. Well, Lilith through your personal zone will inflame your body with great animal magnetism. There should be an immense drive to succeed in areas that are taboo and to pursue an authentic path for yourself, even if it offends others. Lilith is so sexual in this zone. There will be a great activation of the root chakra and your most primal desires. You will then need to learn to resist temptation and rein in this wild wolf. It's going to be quite a challenge when there is Tinder and such things, but at least texting is at least safe sex, I suppose. After February 12, Lilith through your House of Pentacles will address your sense of self-worth. It may be quite an insecure time as Lilith questions whether she is being valued in her closest relationships. Something may happen at this time that causes you to need more support than usual from your partner. Mars in Taurus from March the 10th to April the 21st. Mars here can feel quite impotent when dealing with relationships and therefore overcompensate with arrogant chest beating. If you come across one of these specimens, then you will have to try and be extra diplomatic. It all depends how evolved your own Mars is. If you tend to go all passive-aggressive, then this will infuriate your rivals even more. Take note that you could be dealing with quite a massive projection from yourself, so try to use this as an opportunity to heal your inner brat. Sulking could be the latest fashion from all corners, so try just to get on with business until the steam has fully expired from your partner's ears. The lunar eclipse in Leo on February the 11th. This is possibly a life-changing eclipse which illuminates the foundations of your life and how it has programmed your status out in the world. So you have to ask yourself, did your parents like their work? Did they invest in you to live out their unfulfilled ambitions? If so, is the career that you are now in a reflection of their aspirations rather than your soul calling? This period of time should provide you the opportunity to realign with your true talents. So test out whether it is true that if you follow your heart, the financial security will follow, and be pleasantly surprised. On the other hand, your success may also be a result of proving your parents wrong. If nothing you did was ever good enough, then the constant striving for excellence could have served you well in material terms. The other eclipse is the solar one in Pisces on February the 26th. This is in your house of fun and you're in for an exciting injection of adrenaline. A solar eclipse in this children and pleasure zone could be dramatic in both good and bad ways. It's kind of like letting a very hungry 5-year-old loose on a chocolate fudge cake. The sugar rush can be both hilarious or dangerous depending on where the child is. The same goes for your dear self. New relationships brought into your life by this eclipse can be giddy and instantly euphoric. The romantic bliss can be so off the scales that you don't even notice you are crossing a busy high road just to get to them. The eclipse works like that Instagram filter that blurs out everything around the subject to focus just on their lips, eyes, or butt. Well, I hope you enjoyed that forecast. If you would like to download the full year ahead on PDF, do come down to dartstarastrology.com. That's my website. And there's also free monthly horoscopes, the full moon and the new moon every month as well. All the best then. Bye-bye.